Key witnesses face questioning once again today in the prosecution's investigation into the presidential memo leak scandal. The Korean Air vice president who delayed a flight over the improper service of nuts has resigned, but will retain her titles elsewhere in the Hanjin conglomerate. And a growing number of people in Eastern Europe are showing an interest in Korea, but textbooks and teachers are in short supply.
Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Wednesday, December 10th. I'm Luke Clary. The prosecution continues its investigation into the presidential memo leak, alleging that the president's former aide meddled in state affairs. Today, key witnesses faced questioning once again.
Police Superintendent Park Gwan-cheon, who allegedly wrote the memo accusing former presidential aide Jeong Yun-hoe of meddling in state affairs, has again been questioned by the prosecution. He left the Prosecutors Office building early Wednesday morning after being grilled about the source and authenticity of the memo.
박 전 청장이 모임 제보할 때 출처를 찌라시라고 밝혔습니까?
제가 지금 검찰 수사 중이기 때문에 그건 여기서 답변할 상황이 못 됩니다. 검찰에서 사실대로 이야기했기 때문에 수사 상황을 좀 지켜봅시다.
Prosecutors also summoned Mr. Park, who had informed the police officer of the report and questioned him late into the night. The prosecution reportedly grilled the two men about where they got the information alleged in the report. According to Superintendent Park's testimony, he heard from informant Mr. Park that Cheongwade Administrative Officer Kim Chun-sik spoke of the memo. Mr. Park, on the other hand, claimed that he had just delivered what he read in a private report and circulating rumors, but could not provide any proof substantiating his claim. The prosecution tentatively concluded that there are no other informants other than Mr. Park and is leaning toward the possibility that what's written in the leaked memo is fake. The prosecutor's office is likely to draw its conclusion early next week after questioning Jeong Yun-hoe whether he attended secret meetings to wield his influence on state matters.
The Korean Air vice president who made headlines for delaying an international flight over the improper service of nuts has resigned. But she's retaining some of her titles and responsibilities within the Hanjin conglomerate, raising criticism that her resignation from Korean Air was just for show.
The decision to have Korean Air Vice President Jeong Yun-hoe resign was made immediately after her father and Hanjin Group Chairman Jeong Yun-hoe returned from a business trip to Paris on Tuesday afternoon. At an executive meeting held at Incheon International Airport, Jeong Yun-hoe apologized for causing a social disturbance and said she would resign from all her posts. Her father accepted her resignation. However, critics say Cho's announcement was made only for show because she will maintain her titles as vice president and director and will continue to act as the CEO of Hanjin Travel and the Cal Hotel. Foreign media also harshly criticized Cho. The UK's BBC reported that a nut rage delayed a Korean Air plane. The Guardian wrote that the Korean Air executive could face legal action following the nuts rage incident and even quoted readers who said they would never again use Korean Air's services. The National Assembly is demanding punishment for Cho.
법과 규정에 어긋나는 부분이 있다 그러면 그건 당연히 법과 규정에 따라서 엄정하게 처리가 되어야 될 것으로 생각하고 있습니다.
Meanwhile, the Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport will continue its investigation into the scandal, regardless of Cho's decision to step down.
It has been reported that a water tank at the Lotte World Aquarium inside the new Lotte World Tower has been leaking for a week. However, the company did not disclose the leak to visitors, claiming that there were no problems with safety.
It's moist at the spot where the giant aquarium's transparent acrylic and concrete walls meet. Apparently, water has leaked out of a 7-centimeter long and 1 millimeter wide tear in the silicone packing that was used to seal the seam. Several liters of water are presumed to have leaked through this tear over the past week. Lotte World Tower and the company responsible for installing the water tank made the repair last weekend, and the facility was deemed safe by the Seoul City government and Songpa Fire Station after an emergency inspection. However, special precautionary measures are needed to prevent another water leak since the 154,000-volt Songpa electrical substation is located in the basement levels below the aquarium. It's hard to predict what catastrophe will occur if a sudden accident causes the 5,000 tons of water in the tank to spill into the substation. Also, the fact that Lotte did not disclose the leak to visitors fueled the controversy.
누수 있었다는 얘기 혹시 들어보셨어요?
그런 소리 못 들었어요. 그거 나 처음 듣는 소리예요.
The Ministry of Public Safety and Security plans to conduct a joint safety inspection of Lotte World Aquarium with the Seoul Metropolitan Government and Songpa Fire Station.
A growing number of people in Eastern Europe are showing an interest in Korea with the rising popularity of K-pop. But textbooks, teaching materials, and teaching personnel are in short supply.
Comenius University is a top-tier national college in Slovakia. These students reading Korean books are majoring in Korean studies. In addition to the Korean language, they are also comprehensively learning about Korean society and culture.
역사는 좀 어려울 것 같은데.
역사 괜찮아요. 저는 역사와 한자도 좋아요. 그리고 문법이 어려운 것 같아요.
When the Department of Korean Studies first opened in 2012, only 40 students were accepted. Most of them were fans of K-pop and Korean TV shows.
소설책. 왜냐하면 저는 책 읽는 것을 아주 좋아해서 그리고 한국말을 좋아해서 번역을 하고 싶어요.
But Korean books and materials are in short supply, as are teachers who can guide graduate school students with their research. Some are calling on the private sector to play a more proactive role in promoting Korean studies abroad. Currently, the Korean government provides only a fifth of the amount provided by the Chinese and Japanese governments to overseas colleges, which reaches approximately $180 million annually.
The winter has arrived and the long-awaited ski season is here. Since skiing and snowboarding are sports that involve a lot of speed, many skiers and snowboarders get injured every year. So here's how you can prevent accidents on the slopes.
A snowboarder falls because he couldn't slow down. This skier fails to avoid another skier and they collide. It's easy to get injured while skiing or snowboarding because both sports thrive on speed. The Korea Consumer Agency analyzed about 1,200 accidents that occurred on ski slopes over the past 4 years and found that about 81% of all accidents were unforced falls in which skiers or snowboarders fell on their own. Percentages of collisions with other people or injuries from equipment failure were relatively low. Skiers tended to hurt their knees, feet, and legs the most because their legs are often spread wide apart when they fall. Snowboarders try to break their falls with their hands, thereby injuring their arms and shoulders most often. It should also be noted that snowboarders suffered concussions or brain hemorrhages 2 times more than skiers.
중간에 서 있다 보면은 그 스키어들의 충돌 사고의 위험성이 높기 때문에 가장자리를 이렇게 피하는 것이 사고를 예방할 수가 있습니다.
Skiers and snowboarders are advised to wear helmets as well as knee and wrist guards and go on slopes that suit their skill levels.
Many people suffer from muscle pain when the weather gets cold. Muscle pain usually occurs after hunching your body over because of the cold or when you move your muscles too much in spite of feeling stiff.
This kindergarten teacher in her 40s has been suffering from back pain, and recently it's become worse.
허리를 폈다 접었다 할 때 좀 뜨끔거리고 당기는 느낌이 들고 날씨가 추워지면서 통증이 더 심해져서.
This woman also sought medical help because of a similar pain in her neck and shoulders, which has lasted for around 2 weeks.
날씨가 추워지면서 어깨가 뭉치고요. 그리고 목도 뻣뻣해지고 고개가 잘 이렇게 안 돌아가더라고요.
The number of patients complaining of muscle pain has been on the rise since temperatures dropped to sub-zero levels, because people tend to move less when it's cold and their muscles lose flexibility. If the symptoms of muscle pain are overlooked, the condition may deteriorate and take longer to treat. What's more, it can even develop into spinal disc problems.
겨울이 되면 우리 체온을 유지하기 위해서 말초 혈액을 자율신경계가 덜 가게 하니까 당연히 그 재생도 덜 되고 통증을 더 악화시키는 경향이 있습니다.
Experts recommend keeping the body warm when going outside and performing simple stretching exercises frequently to relieve muscle tension.
Inmates at the Cheongju Women's Correctional Institution, the only female-only prison in the country, have staged a musical performance. We bring you scenes from the emotional event.
The Korean film Harmony was a warm story about female prisoners bonding through music. This has actually taken place in real life. 8 inmates at the Cheongju Women's Correctional Institution performed an a cappella musical combining beautiful melodies and dance moves. The musical is about the inmates' stories inside the prison, as well as their dreams once completing their terms.
좀 더 보람되고 의미 있는 생활을 할 수 있다고 생각했기 때문에 꿈이라는 주제를 선택했습니다.
Over the past 6 months, they practiced 8 hours a day. During that time, they were able to break down walls and open up.
지금도 부딪히긴 하는데 예전보다는 이해를 먼저 하려고 해요.
The whole experience was about comforting their wounds and seeking their dreams. The performance was a heart-rending year-end present conveying the values of love and life.
Singer Psy's popularity on YouTube continues even long after his blockbuster hit Gangnam Style. His follow-up hit, Hangover, has also been named as the most watched K-pop music video in the world. This and much more in today's entertainment news.
Hangover, singer Psy's ambitious follow-up to his first blockbuster hit Gangnam Style, also proved to be a success, living up to his reputation. Hangover has been named the K-pop music video most watched around the world. It's been viewed 164 million times on YouTube in just 6 months since its release. This is a whopping 120 million more than the second-ranking most globally watched K-pop music video posted on YouTube this year, Overdose by the idol group EXO. The new KBS Monday and Tuesday drama series The Healer that began airing this week posted ratings of 7.8% on Monday. In the first episode, a journalist for an online media agency was shown struggling to meet a legendary man known for executing tough errands for others who went by the name Healer. Ratings on rival channels were 9.8% for the MBC drama Pride and Prejudice and 4.3% for the SBS series Secret Door. Police officials investigating the death of singer Shin Hae-chul, allegedly involving a medical accident, have issued a request to the Korean Medical Association for an appraisal of whether the hospital that operated on Shin should be held responsible. The police will also request a separate appraisal by the Korean Medical Dispute Mediation and Arbitration Agency. It is expected that at least a month will be needed for appraisal results to be released by the two agencies.
The holiday season is just around the corner with Christmas trees decorating cities all over Korea. If you want to create a holiday atmosphere in your house, a nice Christmas tree might be the answer. Here's more. It's the Christmas season again, and Christmas trees are in high demand.
날씨는 춥지만 추리 보니까 너무 따뜻하고 마음이 녹는 것 같아요.
The Christmas tree tradition originated from Germany. Tree decorations symbolize people's wishes for abundance, while the tree itself serves as a blessing for the newborn baby Jesus.
Christmas trees also have their trends. Let's learn more about this year's trends.
기존의 그 정통 스타일인 그린 그 나무에 이게 빨간색 이런 톤이 유행이라면 올해는 이쪽으로 보시는 것 같이 약간 그레이가 첨가된 북유럽 스타일의 이렇게 파스텔 계열이 유행하고 있습니다.
You can make a one-of-a-kind Christmas tree firsthand. First, stick juniper branches in a long mold to create the shape of a tree. Then, leave the branches to dry. Their color may become faded with time, but they won't wither. Then decorate your tree using pine cones and LED garlands. Your tree will stay intact for as long as 6 months without requiring any special care.
생각보다 어렵지 않고 아무래도 이게 생화다 보니까 6개월 이상 가니까 아무래도 좀 오래 가고 훨씬 경제적인 것 같아요.
You don't need any special materials to make a Christmas tree firsthand. Just a sheet of white traditional paper, hanji, and a marker can do the trick. Dye the paper using a marker and some water, let it dry and fold it into a fan. Then cut out a star from a beverage can and attach it to the paper decorations. Next, cut the lids of disposable cups, wind them with yarn, and tie up tree twigs with a fishing line.
버려진 나뭇가지를 주워다가 벽에다가 장식할 틀 만들고 있어요.
If you don't have enough room for a Christmas tree in your home, you can decorate the walls. Place tree branches onto the wall in the shape of a tree and decorate them as you want. Add some garlands to create a warm atmosphere. By recycling things instead of throwing them away, you can make a one-of-a-kind Christmas decoration. With these tips, you can create a holiday mood in your home and celebrate the holiday season with your loved ones.
And now we'll take a look at the markets, followed by the world's weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.